The streak has been broken. How sad. Hey everybody, it's Chuggaaconroy. Welcome back to more Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. In the last episode, we defeated Gomez. What is it, the Addams Family? Gomez, the mid-boss! Whoa, I actually didn't die there. Of another mid-boss of Stone Tower Temple. And in this episode, we are going to be hopefully completing Stone Tower Temple now that we have gotten the boss key. So, starting out here, in this room, okay, so unfortunately, some bad stuff happened. I lost some recording data there. For some reason, my recorder crashed without me realizing it for a few moments after it happened. So what happened was, from that area with the Deku Flower, let me show you, I'll highlight it. I was in this room. I flew back to where we started in that room on the way to Gomez. I went through the door that was down in the corner. I ended up coming through that door down there, went past that Death Armos with my Stone Mask, hit that switch, which made that chest up there appear, wherever it is. It's around here. You can see it on the map, and then I hookshot it up here, though. So I really, really apologize, though, but I have no way of redoing that without it, like, eating up way too much time in the in-game clock, though, so yeah. This, by the way, was an Igor fight, and this chest contained, wouldn't you know it, the Giant's Mask. A mask filled with great power, but can you use it anywhere? Now, we try to equip this mask. This is actually where I left off, but it doesn't do anything. We can't do a thing with it. Now, you know how I was saying that the people of Termina in ancient times had some way of attacking the goddesses? This could have been it. Having the power of the giants they worshipped as gods themselves. But now that we're through with that, there is something I'd like to talk about. And that is that Ocarina of Time, you know the message of the game, about growing up and everything, and having the relationship of an adult put on your shoulders when you're still a child inside. Well, as for that, something that I'd like to mention is, I think Majora's Mask actually has a similar message, and that was kind of weird. And that is that it's growing up in a different way. When we get here, we think, we're all that, we're all great, though, because, we were the hero that saved Hyrule in the previous adventure. But we come here, we're attacked by Skull Kid, and we really see that our previous victories being long too celebrated made us weak. We lose our body, we turn into a helpless little Deku scrub. And the world of Termina and just Clocktown seems huge to us. Everything just seems huge and towering above us. Heck, we're shorter than the kids. We eventually get our body back after getting used to things, and the world doesn't seem quite so bad anymore. We have a lot of our power back, though, but Termina still feels pretty big. Eventually, living out our childhood for a bit, we then get the Goron Mask and become the Goron hero Darmani. We're a war hero. We have, an entire people resting on our shoulders. And we can now move quickly. Termina doesn't seem so big or scary anymore. Now that we have a lot more responsibility. And now, with that, I'm going to continue after jumping down here. If you notice, this is the room where we fought the Gato Master, and that's where we got the light arrows. So now we jump down where the Gato Master jumped up from, and, wouldn't you know it, we're at the boss. Giant masked insect, Twinmold. Now this is a pretty big open area though, but what I want to talk about now is, next in our travels, we met with Mikau and became him. As Mikau, we were put into a relationship, and wouldn't you know it, with the Terminian counterpart of Lulu, the girl who liked, one of the many girls who liked Link in Ocarina of Time. But in Ocarina of Time, Link found her rather annoying, yet here in this adventure it shows that Link's matured a lot and gotten accustomed to the responsibilities of adulthood, because he doesn't really seem to mind being in a committed relationship with essentially the same girl that he used to think was annoying. So, you grow up a lot, plus you can move quickly through the waters. Termina seems like an even smaller place. But now that we have fully matured, what a better way to show that we've matured than by becoming a giant ourselves. You do not have to do this. You can fight Twinmold by hitting his tail end with arrows. However, just for speaking metaphorically, I thought it'd be kind of cool if we did this. Being a giant consumes a lot of magic, and you cannot use any sort of technique or skill that requires magic while doing this, though, because you cannot have 2 items consuming magic at once. You can get more magic by destroying the buildings near other towers. But I wanted to get the Chateau de Romani so that we would not have to worry about magic consumption while being a giant. And unfortunately, the game seems to slow down a lot here. Plus, I will say, I get that there was graphical limitations at the time, but they didn't really do too good of a job of making it seem like we're giant. It just kind of feels like everything's normal size like this, and like you're tiny when you're normal size, when you're at your normal size. If you get what I mean. But can I attack? There we go. Having the Gilded Sword, of course, is recommended for this. And I can't quite get that. But you're coming up out of the ground, so how about we get bit by you? You can probably hear my controller. Sounds like I'm spanking a baby. Probably the first time I've heard a controller mashing or control stick spinning given a metaphor like that. And okay, I struck him in the face. You can strike him in the face end or the tail end, doesn't matter which, but down goes 1/2 of Twinmold. And that's another thing, just despite the people that call them a Jwala or Ottawa or God or Gyorg, I wanted to call this Twinmold, but I'm feeling nice, so I won't. Where? There we go. And wow, he's circling around me. That's a pretty dumb move to do when I'm just spin attacking. God, he got hit like 5 times in that. Probably would only be 1 more hit till he's done. Where is he? There you are. Come here, you big bug, you. You big lug. And wow, he took another hit and he didn't die. Took another hit and he didn't die. Took another hit and he didn't die. How much health do you have, man? You're a lot stronger than your brother, that's for sure. And he took another hit and he didn't die. And here comes the tail. Here comes the tail. There we go. Hey guys, I chopped off his tail. Does that count for chopping off his toe? So Gyorg was the only one who didn't chop off his toe. Lame. So we are done being a giant. We cannot be a giant anywhere but here, unfortunately. There might have been plans for you to be a giant elsewhere, though, because the Happy Mask Salesman has a message for talking to him with the giant's mask on. But unfortunately, it's unused in the game. So, alright. Now that we're done with that, step into the portal. We seized Twinmold's remains. You have just freed the innocent spirit and this dark mask that had imprisoned within the body of evil Bug. It's Genesect. Well, we've helped all of you. That's all we can do. Call us. That's what they're saying. Without being told, we understand. So now you'll help us out in exchange. We'll call you from atop the clock tower, so do something about him, alright? What? Their voices sound sad. You don't want to? Forgive your friend? Forgive our friend? What do you mean by forgive? Huh? What friend? And there we go. We have broken the curse on the Kingdom of Ikana. But, as you'll notice, we only have... Well, actually, you can't see because we're not in the dungeon. We only have 12 stray fairies, unfortunately. Reason for that is that a lot of the chests that contain them were upside down when we were in the temple upside down. So what we're going to do now is we're going to warp back to the temple now that it's right side up once more. And we're going to go collect those 3 chests that have stray fairies in them. So, I will see you guys in just a moment. Treasure chest number 1 is in the first room, right down here at the very bottom. So we kick that open and we get a stray fairy. Now heading east from the first room, you can see that this one is going to be down here to become a Zora. And it's right over here on top of this platform that was out of the water when the tower was upside down. So we click that, we kick that, put into a click of the kickers, and we get our 14th stray fairy. And now, for the very last one, in this room, past where we fought the Garo Master when flipped right side up, when ripped flight side up, we get the final stray fairy. Take them to their fellow fairies of the same color. Okay. So now we're gonna play the Song of Soaring to leave the temple, and I'll meet you guys back down at Ikana Canyon. Alright, so inside this building is the Fairies Fountain. Let's head in here and... Miss Termina 2001! Oh, compassionate young one, I am the great fairy of kindness. Thank you for returning my broken and shattered body to normal. You sound like you're Orochi. As thanks, I grant you the fairy's sword. We got the Great Fairy Sword. Alright, so this must be used as a C item. It is the most powerful of all blades. Technically, it's only the second most powerful sword in the game. I know, so it's kind of misleading. But, it's technically it's the most powerful sword that we can use anywhere. I'll explain later. It is a C item. If you're playing the Virtual Console version, this isn't so bad though, because you can just set it to X or Y. Playing, but yeah, it's actually kind of nice. It's got a lot of reach to it. You cannot use your shield with it, however. You just duck. It's basically the big Goron sword of this game. Reason for it being a C item is, if you notice, the mask screen replaces the equipment screen from Ocarina of Time, and if it permanently replaced your sword, you'd have no way of using your shield, and you're required to use the mirror shield to solve some puzzles in the game. So it's just kind of, they had to do it this way because they were too lazy to make a 5th segment on the pause screen. So, anyway, now that we have the Great Fairy Sword, the most powerful blade in the entire game, and we have broken the curse on Ikana Canyon, I think we're going to end this off here. So next time on The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, we are going to be going around Termina, getting some side quests done, and then possibly resetting time. See you guys then. Oh my god, the face, the finger, it's you!
Hi, boy.